Hello everybody, it's Amy from Winterwood Studio and welcome to my little art studio. It is January 2nd, 9:30 in the morning, Thursday, and we're going to be doing a mishmash video. I've been filming bits and pieces here and there for the last month and a half, and I'm not even sure what I've got filmed, but it's been a while since I did one of these, so we're going to combine like a art chat type stuff at the beginning, and then we're going to do like a Christmas present show and tell art haul type thing, along with a couple things I got myself for inspiration in the new year at the end. I will have timestamps down below in case you want to skip around. We're also going to be talking about when it's time to let things go and move on, because I need to do that with some stuff this year. And we'll talk a little bit about setting a word of the year. And we're going to talk a little bit about some changes that you might see or have already seen in my channel for 2025. So, grab yourself something cozy to drink. I've got my pumpkin spice chai tea here, even though it's January. So grab yourself something to drink and come on in and we'll have a little chat. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I've already filmed this like 3 times. I keep going back and forth on how much to say, what not to say, what I should say, what I should maybe not say. I already said that. How many times can you say or said in a sentence, right? First of all, welcome to all my new subscribers, you guys. I am so pleased to have you here with me. It is crazy on, January? No, not January. New Year's Eve. At 9 in the evening, I hit 16,000 subscribers. And my channel is not even 2 years old yet. My 2-year anniversary will be January 15th. So that is absolutely crazy and not anything at all that I was expecting. And as we start this new year, I just want to say I'm so grateful to be here with all of you, and that I have formed some very meaningful, I think, friendships with some of you, and I enjoy our relationship, and I enjoy chatting with you all in the comments. You guys have imparted so much wisdom and good advice and like new supplies to try and artists to follow, and it has been really rewarding to be here with you all, and it means a lot to me. And even though it is online, that doesn't mean it isn't real, and it doesn't mean it isn't valuable, and I hope each one of you knows that. I've really, I wanted to teach on here, which, I mean, you've heard me talk about that before. It hasn't really gone the way that I wanted it to. But I also wanted to build a community where we could get together and talk about art and life and kind of have, if not always a sparkly, happy, fun place, at least a cozy, comforting, safe place, if that makes sense. Which brings me to the next part. You may notice, or may have already noticed, that there is someone else moderating the comments. Along with the influx of views on my channel, there has been an influx of really nasty comments. I've always had them. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the nature of YouTube, but they've gotten a lot worse. So there is someone else watching the comments is what is the point of this. And if you say something really rude or really nasty, there is no warning, you're just blocked. If you say something that is borderline rude, you will get a message from the moderator telling you it was borderline rude, and that if you make another one, they will block you. They're writing down the names and keeping track. So I just wanted to point that out. I am actually an introvert and shy and sensitive, and it's the comments have been hard. The comments have been hard on YouTube. I never planned to have a YouTube channel. It was more like I wanted to teach, and this was the way to do it. And then it evolved into this community and wanting to have the community. But I mean, it's been, like, I don't really understand people. I've talked about this before. Like, I don't understand people. I don't understand how they can Like, I get the whole hurting people hurt other people, but a lot of people who've had really bad things happen to them don't go around hurting other people. So that doesn't really, I mean, it's not you can't say that. I mean, hurting people hurt people, but also hurting people who want to hurt people. I mean, they could choose not to do it. This is, like I said, this is the fourth time I've filmed this beginning, and I don't know which beginning I'm going to go with, or if I'm going to like piece it together or whatever, but the comments on YouTube have been hard. And as much as I get comments from people being like, oh, well, you chose to be on here, you should just take it. That's not true. That is not true. And it is that attitude that is contributing to this world being the dark place that it is. And I've said this before in here, like, my whole goal in life, or not my whole goal, but one of the rules I live by is I'm going to leave this place a better place when I'm gone. Whether it's me leaving a room or a gathering or the earth altogether when the time comes. I want to leave it a better place than I found it, because that's what I think we're supposed to do as humans. We're here to love and be loved and spread that love, and I don't know how we've gone so wrong, but we have. So, no, I don't excuse it. I don't excuse you if you're one of the people leaving bad comments on YouTube. You need to figure out what's wrong with you, address your trauma, and fix yourself. Just like everybody else who has been through trauma has done. And I'm also going to remind people, like, I try to be open and honest here on my channel. But you don't know me. You don't know everything that I've gone through. There are some very painful things that I've gone through that I haven't shared on here and don't know if I ever will share in here. And people make assumptions like that I've said every single thing that's ever happened to me on here, and like, you know, and they'll be like, oh, well, you haven't gone through blah, 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 blah. And I want to be like, well, yeah, I have, but I don't feel like talking about it. But the thing is, like, everybody's broken in some way. Everybody is hurting in some way. Everybody has gone through trauma, and if they haven't yet, it's probably because they're really young, and I hate to say it, but it's coming for you. The only way to get through this life is to love and be loved. And I mean, like, you can spread love by, like, telling the check-in girl at the doctor's office you like her earrings, or whatever. I mean, just spread the good, not the bad, I guess is what I'm saying. And I'm still feeling like I'm being really wordy. And this is, like I said, the fourth time I filmed this. So if this ends up being like chopped together, sorry. I had to cut out rants. Some of the stuff I'm letting go in 2025 is like being who people want me to be, if that makes sense. I have talked about this before on my channel, how I'm a reformed people pleaser. I am not going to go into why. It involved trauma, and I'm not going to talk about it, but I finally, at a middle-aged woman's middle-aged life point, have decided that I should just be me. And for everybody out there who's been told that they're too loud, or too much, or too big, or they should sit still and be quiet, or if they've been told they're too quiet and they should speak up, or if they've been told that they're not enough. Like, for anybody who's been told they're too much or not enough, or they don't fit in, or they're weird, I see you and I hear you and I'm with you, and I think this is the year that we all need to just be that. Like, be who we are. And, you know, love what we love and make the world a better place, I guess. So that's part of what I'm working on in 2025. And as much as I love YouTube, with YouTube, it's always been up and down. Like, I like a lot about it, but there's a lot I don't like. So here's hoping, fingers crossed, that having like the moderator blocking stuff helps, because, I mean, it's also like the pressure to have a video every week, and like to have a good video every week, and to get higher and higher numbers. And I mean, it's really, I can see how people get burnt out here. My word for 2025 is flow. I've talked about it, I think, at least once on here. I've talked about it over on Patreon a little bit more. My Patreon will be linked below if you want to check it out. There's exclusive videos and vlogs and tutorials and all sorts of stuff over there, and there's only one tier and it's $5. So if you want to check it out, that'll be down below. But my word is flow. And I mean that in three ways. One, I want to be in the flow state more when I'm doing my art, because it clears my brain and I don't worry and there's no stress or anxiety. So I want to be in that more this year. Two, I'm going to try to flow and not get stagnant and not get stale. Like, don't stop, just keep flowing forward slowly. And then three, flow as in I need to roll with the waves of life better. Flow with the waves of life better. Roll with the punches, as they say. So that's my word for 2025. If you have a word for the year, put it down below. I know a lot of people are still trying to pick their word, so maybe you would be inspiration for someone in the comments. And then goals. So goals for 2025. I keep setting goals, art goals, and like, I think my main goal is going to be to follow my inspiration, because like last year, one of my goals was to try to apply to and get into the Pastel Society of America, and halfway through the year I stopped using pastels because I had a scare with ingredients in them. That video was, I think, last week's video. I'll link it down below if you want to see it. But obviously I didn't make that goal. So, and also my interests changed. So like, I have a focus on illustration, and some for months at a time I'll want to work on that, which you probably saw from the beginning of this video. I did, like, I don't know, maybe most of October and November and a good part of December I was working on illustration. And then by mid-December I was feeling super sick of it, and I felt like I needed to do like textury, looser paintings, and I finished this one. This is the acrylic painting I did. It's called, I think, View from My Studio #1. It's out this window right here is this view that you would see right here, which is why it's bright, because in the morning the sun comes up over there. And I blocked in, this one's an oil painting. This one's just all blocked in. This is as far as I've gotten on this one. That's from a reference I took in the woods back behind my house. So now I'm back into my painting kick, and one of my goals has always been to try to get into Oil Painters of America, or become, I already am a member of NOAPS, which I think is the National Oil and Acrylic Painters Society. I could be wrong. I'll link both of them below in case you're interested. But I wanted to become, I think it goes signature and then master for them. And you have to submit to their shows for that. So part of me wants to set that as a goal, like submitting to both of those places. But then part of me is like, well, what if I end up like not feeling inspired and I don't want to keep moving forward? So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for art goals. I think my art goals this year maybe are just going to be like try to paint and or draw every day, and like, you know, it doesn't matter what medium or what style or anything like that. I don't know. I didn't even get my blog post up for December because my kids were all sick and it was just crazy. So I will be doing a blog post in January, and I'll probably talk about this a little bit more once I've firmed everything up, because it is still only January 2nd and I'm not in a big rush. So, and then the newsletter hasn't gone out for January yet either, but it will. It's not done. So those are the things I'm thinking about as far as life. So I'm thinking now might be a good time to, I know I filmed some of the stuff that I got. I wonder if I should, I think I'm going to move the camera from here to here, and we will look at the Christmas presents I got and the few things that I got for Christmas and for myself for inspiration in 2025. So I'll see you in a minute. And today I have a New Year's, new me, I don't know, art haul. So there's art supplies in here, there's art books in here, and there's one very big thing that's supposed to help me get organized for the new year of 2025. I I need it. And so this first thing here that I'm opening is something that's supposed to help me get organized. As my art business has gotten bigger and bigger, my normal ways of organizing things just aren't cutting it. And I sort of like apps, but I prefer paper. I like having things written out and in front of me so I can see everything and see everything at a glance. And whew, I didn't cut this all the way. This is supposed to help me get organized. So we'll see. It's big. I might have to put in some footage here, but so this is the erasable two-sided write-on wipe-off surface wet erase marker included at a glance entire year calendar. And this puppy is supposed to be big. But I thought that this might be, so I always have a bullet journal and a lot of post-it notes going, but I thought something like this, it's laminated, it's thick, and it came rolled, not like a folded up piece of paper. I paid a little bit more so that I could have something durable, but I want to keep track of like what illustration projects I'm doing, what sponsored videos I'm doing, what goes where, and I thought maybe having something like this might help. You can either do the vertical format or the horizontal format, which is what I'm gonna do. If you want to learn more about my organizing, and I'm a little, I don't know if flaky is the right word, easily distracted. I'm not one for labels, so I'm not going to get into that, but I do have a lot of trouble staying focused on things and getting things done on time, and I've got a system that works really well for me now after trial and error. If you want to hear more about that, it was in the December coffee chat video over on my Patreon. It's all one tier, it's all $5. There's lately been more than one video a month, so if you want to check it out, that'll be linked down below. But I'll tell you, that's obviously not something that would do great here on YouTube because of the algorithm, but my whole system for staying scheduled and getting stuff done and staying on time, and productive. So I'm really hoping that helps us here. I'm really excited to use it, and in fact, these didn't come in the box, but I also got some pretty dry erase markers, an array of colors that already came, and I already opened it, and some poster hanging strips from Command. So hopefully that all works well. Everything will be linked down below if you want to get any of your own things. My hair is so staticky, you guys. It is cold, it is snowy. We've gotten a ton of snow. I'm filming this in early December, so I'm still working on my art goals, but it's winter. And speaking of art goals, what are you guys thinking are going to be your art goals for 2025, or your word of the year? Last year my word was supposed to be nurturing, but that didn't go so well. I think my word of the year this year might be flow. I think I need to get into the flow of things better, go with the flow myself, also just not get stagnant. So in that way too, I mean flow as in, you know, set some goals and keep flowing with them throughout the year. Don't stop at a certain point, if that makes sense. There's a weird mix of supplies in here, you guys. Some of this is restocks like this. There's quite a few restocks in here, but I'll show you guys because there's always someone who hasn't seen the stuff that I like to use, I guess. Although I do have that giant ultimate art supply guide video up. I'll link that below in case you want to check it out. Here is one of my restocks. This is the dreaded Arches paper. Apparently it's controversial to like to use Arches paper, I don't know, but this is the 10 by 14 pad of 12 hot press. This is one of my favorites to work on for illustration. Yeah, who knew it was controversial? Here, let's keep this here so you can't see everything. I'm trying to find, like, okay, least exciting. I got a new thing of the Masters brush cleaner and preservative. I go through this quite a bit. It is wonderful for cleaning your brushes. I highly recommend it. Let's see. Ooh, this is kind of exciting. So I'm trying again to set up a wet gouache palette. I might rub a few drops of clove oil, I heard, on the lid. to try to avoid it from molding. I don't think this was recommended by anybody. I think I just came across it during the Black Friday sale. How does this work? Okay, so there's like I think, a collapsible water cup. Like this. Oops, I didn't uncollapse it all the way. Still didn't unclap. There it is. A water cup, and then the travel palette for your gouache for taking outside this summer. If I can figure out how to work it. Let's see, how do we work this thing? Oh, there it goes. So you open it, and then it's got like this rubbery seal to keep it from getting everywhere. So this is silicone. I don't know if clove oil would eat that away or not, but it was cheap enough that we're gonna try it and see. So did I just break it? Please tell me I didn't just break it. I didn't. I don't know. It's one of those days, you guys. I don't even know. Yeah. We've had like snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm, and they're predicting another one tonight. And my son's Christmas program is tomorrow. The snow is supposed to start tomorrow morning and go until the next morning. So I don't know if it's going to be canceled. I don't know. Anyway, flow, right? It's not, for me, it's not 2025 yet. I'm assuming this is going to go up right at the start of January. For you guys, it's 2025. So one of my goals for 2025 is to try to keep a visual journal. I started a little bit, I think in October, and I've done a little bit here and there. I'd like to do it a little bit more consistently this year. So this is the Draw Your Day, an inspiring guide to keeping a sketch journal by Samantha Dion Baker. And we'll just take a little flip through here so you can see. So she has like some of her stuff. Here's the section on color, other tools. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's go back to the, ooh, that's really pretty. So a lot of inspiration in the back. Let's go to the front cover. There's the front cover. And then here is the table of contents. So I'll just hold it up, and you guys can pause here for a second to read it if you need to. Hold it up. But one of my art goals for 2025 is to try to be more consistent with my visual journaling, even if it's just like 10 minutes in the morning, just a little sketch and a little note about something that happened each day, or if I'm doing it in the morning, maybe something that happened the day before. And then there's another similar, so let's try to keep it together. I also got this book called Draw Every Day, Draw Every Way, Sketch, Paint, and Doodle Through One Creative Year. So Rebecca Green, who I've talked about before, she doesn't have a YouTube channel. She does have a very good blog and a very good Patreon and a very good Instagram. Maybe I can link it down below. She recommended this book, and she doesn't do it every day. So it does say, you know, sketch, paint, and doodle through one creative year. She just does a little here or a little there. She said she might work for a month and then not work in it and again for 3 months, you know. But so it's like a prompt. Ooh, so here you would want to use gel pens or something. Colored pencil maybe on the black pages. But I just thought this might be, so I'm not trying to only visual journal in one like sketchbook. I'm planning to have multiple things going. The goal is to do it as close to every day as I can without overwhelming myself, and using whatever materials or sketchbooks or whatever I feel like I want to work in. So speaking of which, we have another sketchbook, my favorite. These were, you know, normally much cheaper on Blick. They were on sale for Black Friday. Again, I'm filming this in early December. So I got one in light purple in the big size that I like a lot. I may visual journal in it. It may be a sketchbook. I don't know yet. And then we got, let's see. I I'm really looking forward to this. This is Ella's Nightlights by Lucy Fleming. It's a children's book, but I really like her work, and it is, Lucy Fleming's work is very inspiring to me, and I like it a lot. Ooh, look at that. It's just so pretty. So I really wanted to have a book of hers that I could flip through just to help inspire me. And then, sticking with that same subject of inspiration, this is the Sketchbook Idea Generator. Mix and match prompts for your art practice. So this just came up randomly also on Black Friday. But so, like, you have your subject, your medium or technique, and your colors. And so you would just flip to one thing. So the subject, cows or sheep grazing. And then the medium would be pen and ink. And then the colors would be, and then there's your palette. So, like, tons and tons of possibilities. Like, what if you just switch one more? Oh, a cozy cottage with pen and ink in this palette. So this looks like it would be a real artist block buster. I might have to do a video just on this. I also got something else that's kind of weird. Artist dice. I might have to do like an artist block buster video and show both of these in depth. So it may even go up before this one. So if you've seen this already, sorry. Yeah. So obviously you can see what my goals are. I don't know, maybe no, not creativity. I don't know. I want to feel inspired this year, if that makes sense. And then for just playing with in sketchbooks, I got the Stabilo Boss Nature Colors highlighters. Not light fast, just for fun in a sketchbook. Don't come at me. But the colors are really pretty. And I just thought it might be fun to sketch with. And they're big and chunky and bold. And then my most favorite, this is a restock, my most favorite dip pen ink is the P.H. Martin's Bombay Black Dip Pen ink, and then Van Dyke Brown. But I was out of the black, so I got some more black. That's a restock. And then, based on your guys's, what's the word? You recommended that I try the Liquitex acrylic markers again, because I had a bad experience with one, and I heard a lot of people say that that's not normal. So I didn't get the 15 millimeter wide because those were expensive, but I did get the 8 millimeter, and I got light pink, parchment, and the light blue violet. And the light blue violet. So there they are. Okay, so this part is still stuff that I got. It came after that unboxing that you just saw. So these two, I sort of went down a Georgia O'Keeffe rabbit hole when I was researching the art style video that I did. I can link that down below on how to find your art style. I've never been a huge fan of her flowers. They're just not, they don't speak to me. But when I was researching, not flowers, when I was researching art style, I kept seeing pictures of her landscapes. And I really like how she stylized her landscapes. And I don't know, somehow I came across this book and I got it because I really wanted it. I really like how they have pictures of the actual landscape, like photos, and then a painting that she did of the exact same view. So you can see how she took what was there and made it her own. And I've been reading this all Christmas break, and it's been super interesting, and I highly recommend this book to anyone. And then because of that, I also got this one. I found this used at the used bookstore. This is the Georgia O'Keeffe Some Memories of Drawings, and so what it is will be like one of her charcoal drawings that she did, and then a little blurb about it. So it said, I've made this drawing several times, never remembering that I had made it before, not knowing where the idea came from. Or like, so here's a face, and nope, that's not right. Is this one for this one? Yeah. So this blurb clearly must be ahead of this one because it says, these horns are from my bone period and became paintings later. So there's like just a little bit of info about each thing, and I like seeing some of what she's said or thought about her paintings. And then I got this one about Turner, who is one of my favorite artists. At the beginning, he was more, this is not him. He was more, so he was really more realistic at the start of his career. This was from 1809 and this was from 1815, and I like those paintings, but I also like how abstracted he got at the end. Like this one's from 1845, this one's from 1842. And I just think the progression of how he went from one style to another is also super interesting, and I've wanted this book for a while, so I got this as well. And now we will move on to Christmas presents. And I'll show you the first one that is not art related, but that I wanted. And that is the illustrated Hobbit, which is, it was illustrated by the author, and it's super cool. Super cool. There's all sorts of little maps and stuff that came tucked into it, and the pages are cool, and the illustrations are really lovely. And there's a nice little ribbon to mark your page. It's just a really cool edition of the book. Alright, so I will say that my Christmas presents were also pretty book heavy as well. I'm making a little pile of them here. Actually, they're not too much book related, but I got 3 books, so we'll start with these. So the first one is the Toulouse-Lautrec. It's from the same, I think this is some sort of series of books where about artists. Again, I like his work a lot as well. I like how he changed styles as he went. I love his, like, for lack of a better word, like unposed, almost like quick snapshots, except they're paintings. I just really like his style. Not his posters so much, but more his, oops, I can't show that on YouTube, more his actual paintings. Another inspiring book for this year. And then this one, which I think I actually first saw on on Sandy Hester's channel. I was not aware of this particular painter. I think he's from the early 1900s. Yeah, 1930 that painting was. But I really like his looseness and the sense of movement in his paintings, and the sense of play. And I want to, whoops, can't show that on YouTube either. I've been focusing less on painting super realistically and more on other things, which I will talk about in another video at some point, but not today. So, and then I got this one. This is Dynamic Still Life for Artists by Sarah Sedgwick, and I think this is a brand new book. I saw it somewhere. I think it was in my Colored Pencil magazine. There was a little blurb of it, and I feel like it just came, like it was just published. 2023, so not that recently. Well, I mean like a year ago. But I've been wanting to do more still lifes, and I thought this might be a fun way to do that. With a lot of good info and all of that. So those are the books, and then I just got a few art supply presents. I got a set of the Tombow dual brush pens in the portrait palette. I got a Santa Fe art supply. I think this is the 2-inch flat brush, the Transin flat brushes. I got the gouache, the Holbein gouache in ash blue, which I meant to order for myself and didn't, so luckily someone gave it to me. Okay, now the 2 most exciting things. I got the Arches Travel Watercolor Journal. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to use it this summer. It's going to be so much fun. And then, ta-da! I got the Faber-Castell 36 set of the Elbrick Duer watercolor pencils, and I am super, so I'm going to open these right now. I waited to open them till I could film this, and like I said, it's January 2nd. so I've been waiting a while. I'm really excited to try these. I think they'll be a lot of fun. I was planning to use them mainly in my illustration work, I'm thinking. But there they are, the set of 36. This will be a nice way to see if I like them too, and really test them out and see what I think. And there's a thing about their graphite matte pencils, which I like very much. And then the little booklet. So that is everything I got. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much in that mishmash video. I hope you had a nice time here with me today. If you haven't hit the like or subscribe button yet, or left a comment, I would appreciate it if you did. That is a free, no cost way for you to help support the channel, and of course my Patreon is down below if you want to check it out. I hope all of you have a wonderful 2025, and I can't wait to see what everybody creates this year, and I really hope it's going to be a good year for everybody. Until next time, happy creating!